Thanks for joining us for another opportunity to hear one of our city commission candidates in the 2025 election. Once again, election day is April 8th. If you're looking for any details on the election, the list of candidates on the Yankton Thrive website, yanktonsd.com is where you can find some of those details. Well, Bill, thank you for joining us here today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to the viewing audience?
All right. I'm Bill Conkling. I'm 57 years old. I'm a lifelong Yankton resident. I graduated from Yankton High School and from the University of South Dakota with a BA in education. Currently, I'm the Deputy Zoning Administrator for Yankton County. I taught in the Yankton School District for 10 years. I was a small business owner and operator for 20, and I've been a licensed realtor for over 15 years. My parents, Bill and Sherry Conkling, who are no longer with us, they met at Charlie's Pizza here in Yankton and were lifelong residents. They were longtime realtors and were fairly highly respected in their profession. As far as me, I'm single with no kids, but I have my niece Johanna and my nephew Hunter, who are like my own kids. And I'd like to see Yankton progress to have more opportunities for young people like them to move back. And just in my free time, I like to hunt, fish, and garden. You can find me about every day at the gym, either before work or after work.
So do you know which booth was your parents' booth where they met at? I know that's a big thing up at Charlie's.
They work there.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, good story to have. So we are recording this on Friday, February 21st, and all of the candidates had not yet turned in their petitions, but what would one thing what does set you apart, not necessarily one thing, set you apart from other candidates who might be running?
Excuse me. Well, I think my experience working with planning and zoning helps me have a little better insight into how government works that other candidates may not have. I was a small business owner, so I understand from that angle what a lot of citizens are dealing with. And I've been a licensed realtor for 15 years, so I have experience with property sales and things like that the city may be involved in.
So in your opinion, what is the role of a city commissioner?
I think the city commissioners should work for the citizens, listen to the citizens, oversee the functioning of the government, and make choices that are in the best interests of the citizens.
So the city is working on updating the comprehensive plan. Do you have any thoughts on the plan and what should be included?
I haven't read the entire plan. It's quite a long read. However, I believe one of the biggest issues facing Yankton is affordable housing. And I know there's been new construction. Unfortunately, I don't think $350,000 is affordable for a lot of our citizens. And for citizens to build wealth, that generational wealth, a lot of times it starts with buying their first home affordably and being able to build equity in that house. If they have to rent for years and years and years, they don't have that opportunity. So that would be one of the bigger issues that I think needs to be addressed in that comprehensive plan.
So setting the city budget and establishing priorities is an important component of being a city commissioner. How will you navigate this process, and what are some of your priorities?
Being involved with the county government, and I am part of their budget process, and so I understand how it goes. It's kind of a balancing act, making sure you address the things you need to responsibly, but also helping the citizens and helping the community thrive. My main priorities would be, one, make sure the employees are paid fairly, because they're the ones that keep the city going, obviously. I'd like to see more opportunities for the citizens, more dining, retail, things like that. And I'd like to address, if possible, the never-ending increase in utility bills.
So the Meridian Bridge is an iconic and unique asset to Yankton. What process would you propose or support regarding the long-term plans for the bridge? It could include repair, removal, and how would we fund it?
Well, I think the bridge needs to be part of our community. It's just too historic and too well used by the citizens to not have it. So I'm against removing it. I wish that the city would have done more preparation. Putting money away when they first acquired it for future upkeep would have been a wise decision. I think right now the best step would be to search for grants that deal with historic restoration. I've done a little research, and I know there's some communities that have done that. They have kind of a historic railroad bridge or something like that. and there might be some funds available. But I think we need to. It's used so often during the summer, during the nice weather, and it's an attraction for people. I think we need to make sure it stays.
I would agree with you because from a tourism perspective, a lot of people come to Yankton specifically
Yep.
to see the bridge. So it's nice for Yankton to have that. So what are your 3 favorite things about Yankton?
First would be all the memories that I have from school, high school, sports, friends and families, all that have happened here in Yankton. Second would be the lake area. It's so beautiful during the summer. There's so many things you can do: boating, fishing, hiking. The bike trail out there. There's a horse trail. There's just a lot of opportunities to get out and do things and enjoy nature. And the third thing would be the great friends I've made and how generous the people in this community are.
Well, that is true. The people are what make Yankton feel like community.
Yep.
So the library has been a topic recently regarding the need for expansion. Share with us your thoughts on the library.
Well, I agree that the library needs updating. I believe the best option is to renovate it where it's at, not to move to a new location. I think it needs upgrades. I'd like to see the structure upgraded and improved, the technology. I think there's some things that need to be added, like panic buttons for the employees, like some other offices have. In case there's an issue, they can immediately hit that and get somebody there to help. Just make it a bigger and better draw. I know a lot of people use that don't have other resources, and I think we need to keep that available for them.
So relationships and collaboration are important within the community. What role can you play as a commissioner to help build, maintain, or repair relationships?
Well, I think there is a strain between the citizens and the people that have been making the decisions. I think the best way to fix that and repair that is to make decisions that are in the best interest of the citizens and the city when selling city-owned property and things like that, and following through on promises of economic development. One of the key aspects of economic development is that it benefits and improves the life of the citizens and the community. And so I think we need to work on things that, it's nice to have businesses come in, but work on getting businesses that provide something that the community really can use and benefit from.
So if you could change something in Yankton today, what would it be?
And I get this from a lot of people. I think some of the decisions being made seem to benefit a small group of people. I'd like to see changes that benefit everyone. More retail, more entertainment options, more dining options. People work hard for their money. It's unfortunate a lot of times they have to leave town to be able to enjoy things like that. And I know it's not as easy as it sounds, getting a restaurant in or something like that. But I think if we work at it and invest our time and energy into it, we can make some things happen.
Yeah, so for the viewing audience, there are 2 restaurants that want to come into Yankton right now and have trouble finding a franchisee who will
Yeah.
purchase that and open up that storefront. So there's certainly opportunity if someone listening is interested.
Definitely.
So in closing, do you have anything that you wanted to include in this interview that was not a part of a previously asked question?
Sure. First of all, this may be kind of off the topic, but I just wanted to say that what I think Matt Evans is doing with the mall is true economic development. Regardless of what you think about it or who it is, he's a resident who's put a lot of his energy and put a lot of his financial interests on the line to improve the mall. And that's a project that's going to benefit everybody. It'll, sales tax revenue, property tax revenue, entertainment options, retail options, employment. So it gives a lot of opportunities for the citizens, a lot of things from a lot of different citizens to benefit from. As far as the upcoming election, I just want people to know that I think everybody that knows me knows I'm a pretty straight shooter, pretty honest. I'm not afraid to ask questions and challenge things. And I just want to help make Yankton the best it can be and provide more opportunities for the citizens.
Well, Bill, thank you very much for joining us here today. And to the listeners, please make sure you are out voting on April 8th or any time prior. Thank you so much.
Thank you.